1, 2, 3. Friends, country persons, fellow aging Hot Topic rejects. We are Tom
and Galen.
And we are your 15 minutes of FUME. And for those of you just tuning in, we've been reviewing the myriad Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab perfumes that are in our collection here at the house in quarantine with very little access to whatever else is at the lab. That has not been very limiting. We have just hundreds and hundreds.
Hundreds.
Literally hundreds of products to just skim through.
Hundreds.
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 Yeah, hundreds.
I did not know that. Hundreds.
We thought, though, we're going to do a little scent note exploration, and we were going to start with reviewing some of our favorite lavender heavy scents. Can you dig? Can you dig?
Oh, I can dig.
Let's dig in. What do you know about lavender? Anything?
I know that I used to steal lavender with my friends after the sun went down. We'd go on little night walks and take lavender from the neighborhood we lived in. You know, to forage for our own thing. What? There's so much lavender when it grows.
Guilty complex. It's fine. Those people are probably all dead now. No, don't leave that.
My mom also used to pick a lot of lavender and then would dry it out in like those aluminum trays and stuff. So there would just be like aluminum trays of lavender buds, like dried out on top of the fridge. You get like whiffs of them. So I love lavender. Personal story. You asked for a personal story, I'm giving you one.
What I learned from making this video is that I actually don't have any lavender in my wardrobe, which is a travesty because it's a color that actually looks really good on me.
But at least you have this. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always that. So, the lab has so many lavender-heavy perfumes that we could scarcely scratch the surface.
We had to narrow it down. I kept
just
pulling and
our favorite.
Tom's like, just
no.
Stop.
What do you like? What do you actually wear? That's what this
Right.
is about.
Yeah.
So we each pulled a couple that we actually wear and enjoy on the regs. Would you like to go first?
Okay. Why not go with the mother of them all, which is TKO?
Yes, TKO.
Our most lavendery of lavender blends.
So we don't actually know that because if you go to the TKO, short for, what is it, Total Knockout?
Total Knockout.
Or is it something else? I don't know. Is it
No,
a
I mean, look
sports
at the
term?
TKO.
But there are no scent notes given. It's a deep, relaxing aromatherapy.
Finish
blend.
him. And you smell it and then you go to sleep.
Yeah.
There's a lavender and maybe a marshmallow cream, or
It's like a scent that creeps into
What
your
is that
nose and then
sweet-
completely coats the entire inside outline of your body with like a pale, fluffy,
lavender fog.
soft lavender fog.
And
Yes.
then you can go to bed on it, which is what I do.
Yes. Your insides become an inhabitable place to occupy with your awareness
Lavender
during
fluff.
the sleep times. You retreat into the lavender fluff.
Don't you want to retreat into the lavender
We
fluff?
do
I know,
on
I
the
do. I'm
on the
gonna do
regs.
it right now.
We often smell this. It's like the last thing I smell before going to sleep. So I don't think I've actually ever tried it on though. So I'm going to try it on in a minute, and then new
Then
thresholds.
your life will change.
My wanderings in the lavender patch are. Let's see. We'll start with this Black HAUS. HAUS, HAUS. We made this perfume in collaboration with Victoria Elizabeth Black, Dragula star, house mother of the legendary House of Black. The scent that we had for them was basically like a creepy haunted mansion scenario, but like maybe with like an S&M vibe. You know, like Disneyland, but they like open up that ride at like 3 a.m. for like special elite customers who are willing to pay $3,000 a head.
After dark.
Yeah, and do not pick up the hitchhiking ghosts. So the scent notes are overgrown ivy creeping through a neglected lavender patch, a whiff of long-forgotten cologne, indigo oud, mahogany and teakwood, tea leaf, ectoplasmic musk, and aged leather. Now,
I just want to say never pick up a hitchhiking ghost.
never.
At all. Even if they're cute.
That's how you become a ghost yourself.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is
That's how you become an urban legend.
I complain often about my struggle with the oud. I forget that it was even in this. I wear this all the time.
It's that sweeter oud.
I'm a
Indigo
liar.
Oud.
Yeah.
So it's the kind you like, not the kind you're scared of.
Mostly what I get from this is a dark, creepy, musty lavender with like a leather spanking.
I smell the ivy for sure.
Yeah, there's like a deep...
It's overgrown.
A deep green quality, like in the dark, in darkness. But, that, and you know, like it's not as relaxing per se as TKO or some of these other lavender blends, but there's something about it that really still just like casts a pall. You know, a comfortable, it's like being zipped up in a comfortable body bag. And the leather is, it really is kind of one of our more faint leathers, but it's, it kind of it warms it up a little bit on the skin. And I just find this unbelievably sexy and beautiful. Kind of, I think it's also a little underexplored in the BPAL canon. I managed to sell a lot of bottles of it when we're vending at conventions where I can personally lead people to it.
Right.
But I don't know necessarily if people are finding it on their own. So
Black House.
Don't sleep on the Black House, or don't sleep in the Black House.
No. That's how you become an urban legend.
An urban legend. What other lavender standouts do you have in your little stash?
Pardon me if I don't know how to pronounce this. GAUEKO?
GAUEKO?
GAUEKO? The Basque,
GAUEKO?
The Basque god of night, I think it's GAUEKO. GAUEKO, if you know how to pronounce that, is the Basque god of night and all the perils of the darkness.
You can read. We don't need to read the whole thing to you.
I'm just summarizing. I'm not reading the whole thing.
No, I know. But we'll get to
telling you who he is.
The scent notes are blackened sandalwood and misty lavender with curling wisps of smoky tobacco, nagchampa, and labdanum.
Oh my gosh, lots of my favorite notes in one bottle. Is it as good as it says?
Are we talking about a misty lavender incense? Wow, it's a little spicy?
Dark and smoky and spicy.
Ooh.
It's a really dark one though, and it honestly, because of the dried tins of lavender that my mom used to forage, and then all the nagchampa in this, it smells like one of our old houses, kind of, just like that weird, just the nagchampa in the air and the dried lavender, kind of in the summer.
Definitely like it's like a haunted cottage instead of a haunted mansion.
Yeah,
that's very interesting. Or like the cab of a haunted pickup truck.
Oh, yeah, because of the smokiness.
Yeah, exactly. The other one that I grabbed is another, I guess, relatively obscure one. This is SKYBORN, and we made this in collaboration with Renegade Games for their game Overlight, which is an incredible kaleidoscopic fantasy role-playing game, which, if you haven't explored it by now, when, if not now? We wanted to create a general perfume to kind of like, you know, as an anchor point for the whole game that we could hopefully then expand upon. And then so far we haven't done that. This scent is, it says, an otherworldly iridescent shine cast on site at the manifold elixarium. Game reference.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm not sure what that means.
Opalescent lavenderine, sheer white musk, wild bergamot, iris, and white amber drifting on a pale cloud of hearthwood ash.
Poetry.
When we were creating this scent, we knew we were making it for basically everyone, but we also knew that a lot of gamers, spoiler alert, are men. And it was really important to create something that was beautiful, but that anyone could wear. And I was a little nervous about making a lavender forward scent for something like that because I was afraid that men in general might see that and be like, not for me. This is like a really creamy, musky lavender.
And kind of light, too. It's just kind of floaty. Like
Yes.
there is an iridescent shine to it.
Yes.
And
it's more of that. Just really incredible. And I have used this personally for nap time because there's just something, kind of like, again, a fog that drifts over all of the problems. And then you can
float. Just float.
Just deal for a minute. And then do you have one more?
This is Villain, which is from our general catalog, which is a lavender fougere. What is it?
Hints of lilac, lime, and citrus musk. This is the kind of thing where if someone tries to tell you that men don't wear florals, all you have to do is thumb through like the history of like, I don't know, every men's cologne ever made, and
Sure enough, there's lavender.
Completely wrong. Like look up the ingredients for Old Spice, you know?
This to me smells like what the Joker from Batman would smell like. It's like classy and sharp, and it's like a real classic smell that I can just picture him spraying on his old purple suit.
So
I'm talking about like
his
old Joker, not Joaquin Phoenix Joker, Jared Leto Joker. No.
What I get from this completely is like this is a really beautiful barbershop.
Yeah.
It's the cologne smell, which gives me a bit of like an aftershave or like a lather. It's because it is kind of like a creamy, like kind of thick and foamy scent to me.
Yeah.
And it really has the cologne notes, but not in like a flexing on you kind of way, but more of like, this is a place where people can be beautiful even if they're evil. It's like the scent of getting your beard freshly beeped. I guess we'll try a couple of these on with our remaining minutes of fume and see where we end up. Okay, we get it.
Oh, sorry, I was just completely at peace.
Well, that won't last.
With all the lavender.
The TKO
is knocking me out. No.
So the whatever the sweeter element, if it's vanilla or whatever it is, that is kind of like floofing it up on the skin, for me, that has kind of like recessed, and it is more of a little bit of the sharp lavender, which doesn't bother me one single bit, by the way. And also, we sell this as like a atmosphere spray, and people use it different ways. So
Bath
often,
oil, I think, too.
Yeah, and wax melt's coming soon. So like, there are ways to keep the fluff if that's what you want. On the skin, if I was wearing this gradually, it is more just lavender, pure lavender. I'm wearing the GAUEKO, which is less lavender on my skin and is much more of the Nag Champa and tobacco.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
The lavender's there, hanging out.
But it's less forward. It's
Tying
more of
it all
it's a tint.
Yeah, but
Very-
overall it's just a darker, smokier,
Yes.
woody kind of smell.
Yes. What else you got? What are you wearing?
And then I've got Villain.
On
A
the-
splash of Villain on the wrist. Don't
Yeah.
I smell so classy?
You smell clean. It's like the smell of a clean, well-groomed gentleman. It's great.
Who lives in like an abandoned snow cone factory and is plotting evil on Gotham City. Or wherever I reside.
Here.
So Los Angeles.
Or in a one-bedroom apartment in Northeast Los Angeles.
Plotting evil.
So,
Talking about perfume on camera.
we are anticipating that this video will serve as an opportunity for people to share lots of their own personal lavender journeys. I welcome you to do that wherever you are watching this. We're listening. That's all the time we have for today. We will be fuming with you very soon, I promise. Try not to fume too hard out there.
Have a lavender Thursday.